Hello, everyone. Allie Virtue here from Parkside Nutrition. I'm a functional medicine nutritionist, and today I'm going to teach you about the Chick-fil-A menu. We're going to review the Chick-fil-A menu. So the first one I did, the very first request, official request when I said I was doing this, was for Taco Bell, and I was really surprised how well that video did. So thank you. Thank you very much. I do a slide by slide of these on Instagram if you want to follow there. But as always, trying to create a little bit more context and teach people more of these principles and how I'm doing this so you can do this for yourself on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. And let's dig into the Chick-fil-A menu. All right, so just like with Taco Bell, some people might be thinking, why the heck are you reviewing Chick-fil-A? It's not a healthy option, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I'm not here to judge you on every single bite that you put into your mouth. I'm here to educate you about food. I think food, even quote unhealthy food or junk food, has a time and a place. Sometimes we are just hungry, there's not a lot around. And this is one of the benefits of Chick-fil-A in these fast food restaurants. So if I teach you how to eat at these type of places, depending on what scenario comes up, like if this is bottom of the barrel, like we're good, right? If we fix like our absolute worst choices to something better, like then you will hopefully feel empowered to make, more helpful choices into, proactively so you can choose to eat something a little bit better if you don't love this option. But the people that I feel like if I can make the most difference, it's teaching people who think that they only have access to this type of fast food, crappy food, however you want to call it, and that they should just order the soda and like the worst thing on the menu. I don't think that's it. I think you can control a lot more than you think you can. So the pros of this is that Chick-fil-A is a pretty popular chain. It'll be pretty consistent. So if you learn how to order in a more helpful way, depending on your particular health goals, you're going to do better. So I really do love this option. And I was very surprised how good options I had. Like I would probably happily go here because I know exactly what I could order to probably feel pretty good, maintain weight, manage my blood sugar, all of the things that my clients are generally looking to achieve. I think you can do this here, which I was really surprised. So the pros are probably very consistent menu. These places are everywhere and very simple menu. And I was actually surprised how much nutrition information is on their website. That is the big pro when you go to these big chains is they usually have better nutrition information so you can make better choices to match your health goals. So I'm really excited to show you all the tools that they have on their website. So if you go to their website, I just clicked a local one in Salem. The first thing, let's get it out of the way. The salads are great. I don't probably need to say too much about them. The Cobb salad is good. If you want a leaner protein source, I would go with the Southwest or the market salad. The market salad has my heart because look at this. This just looks absolutely phenomenal. But what I really love and what I want you to pay attention to on the right here is all the things that you can add. So the toppings you can add, it tells you the cost, it tells you the calories. So more grape tomatoes, yes, please. It will also increase the price accordingly, so you're fully informed. And it will also adjust the macros or the nutrition information, not the macros, I apologize. The calories will adjust. So really appreciate that. Corn, 10 calories, it's really not going to add a lot of much of anything. Most corn we tend to like poop out. So, but if you enjoy corn, absolutely go ahead and add it. Black beans and corn. Black beans have a little bit of fiber, so I would definitely add this. Blueberries, a little bit of fiber and so much color, so I would definitely add this, if not more. And it's only 5 calories. Okay, you're adding 80 cents, but whatever. I'm talking nutrition here. Apples, sure, if you want to, but this could be quite a hefty, like good amount of food. I mean, good, like sturdy, like we want to build muscle, right? Especially if I'm talking to my ladies here. Bacon crumbles, that's not an option. Maybe I exceeded my options here. Sliced egg, okay. Maybe I exceeded my options. I can still add cheese? No, I can't add cheese. So I probably hit my limit as far as what I'm able to adjust by. You can add extra chicken. So if you want to do the math, I did the math for you, 110 calories. We don't care as much about calories, but we do care about protein, right? So I did the math for you. 110 calories of just plain chicken is about 3 ounces, 2.5 ounces probably, and that's almost 25 grams of protein. So that's a pretty good add. Like I'm pretty impressed with that. It does cost $5.50, but whatever. Avocado lime drink. This looks good. It does add 300 calories, but it could be really tasty. If you were looking for a lighter option, go with a light balsamic vinaigrette dressing. I think that would be a good one. And then we got 700 calories. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, Allie, that's so many calories. Maybe. If this is my lunch, I'll be honest, not a lot of people have breakfast. So then we're not so worried about a 700 calorie lunch if we haven't had breakfast, right? So even if I have a 700 calorie lunch, and even if I have three of those types of meals, that's 2,100 calories. If I'm an active human, probably not a big deal. If I am a 5'5", which I am, woman trying to lose weight, maybe I want to shave a little bit off of that or shave a little bit off of my other meals. So this is all to go in the mindset or the pattern of thinking of, is this a higher calorie meal than I might make at home? Potentially. Is this a high calorie meal in the context of when I'm eating out? Probably not. This is probably a great option. It's probably going to be really filling. You're going to have a lot of protein and you might have some leftovers. So this could even serve as a snack. So it's not even a 700 calorie meal anymore. It's a maybe 500 calorie meal, 600 calorie meal, and a couple hundred calories as a snack later. And I would love that because it teaches us, one, to have great options, two, to stop when I'm full. If you get full on this before you're finished, great, save it for later. And then you got a built-in snack. So I love that. Love so many things about this. So this is the salads. I'll stop talking about the salads because that's maybe a little bit obvious. All right, now let's dig into the entrees. So if you go to the entrees, my obvious pick is probably going to be the grilled chicken sandwich, and it's because it's notably lighter as far as the calories. And this is a good strategy. One, if you want like a sandwich, actual sandwich to eat, you can add more tomatoes. I love this. My husband does this a lot when we are out to eat, and he'll get, instead of getting a burger because he's gluten and dairy free, he'll get a burger plus a ton of burger toppings, and he basically makes a burger salad out of it. So not, I don't know if you can do that here, but it's definitely a pro tip. So adding some extra tomato, extra lettuce, just filler. You can add bacon if you want. Let's see. Also has allergens here. Oh, nutrition information. Oh, they have my heart. I love this. 3 grams of fiber. That's probably from the bun. I think it's a whole wheat bun. And then ingredients, look at that. And again, because this menu is probably so standardized, you know what you're getting from East Coast to West Coast most likely. So you can make it a meal and add your side. Look at these side options. Yes, the fries are delicious. We already have a bun, so we have our starches there, and we know because the nutrition information is already 47 grams of carbs from that burger and the bun, sandwich and the bun. So I would ideally choose either the kale salad. I know everybody's cringing at me. Side salad, maybe even the berry parfait personally, or the fruit cup. So I would choose one of those to kind of balance out the meal, but I thought they had really good side options too. Sauces, I usually honestly go with the sauce that I just like because I want my food to taste good, but it is really helpful to learn what are the higher calorie ones if that is important. And if, a couple little decisions can save you a couple hundred calories a day, and that might create some sustainable weight loss for you. So just something to keep in mind. Oh my gosh, you can even choose the type of bun. I didn't know that. In my preparation for this, I did not look that up, but that is really cool. I just love to be informed myself. Toppings, look, you can add pickles. Add pickles, people. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, great, great, great. I'm happy. This is a great way to customize this order. Next on the entrees that I wanted to point out is the grilled nuggets. So super low calorie. Again, if you're wondering, I did the math for you. That's about 3 ounces of chicken if you want to track it, and about 25 grams of protein as well. So very easy. Although they probably give you the nutrition information here that I didn't see. So no carb, that makes sense. 25 grams of protein. I love it. This is like macro pop quiz for me. So excuse me as I nerd out. You can add your sauces here. Can you make it a meal? You can make it a meal. Look at this. You can do your own like kale crunch salad. That's awesome. You could do soup. You could do side salad. You could do fruit cup. Great option. Oh, wonderful. The next thing that I wanted to highlight is these wraps. I thought they're a pretty good amount of calories, 660 to 630. I think that's a pretty good amount for a meal. Again, if we do the math overall, that's about 2,000 calories a day. It's pretty solid average person. And the nutrition information I thought for this was pretty high in protein. 41 grams of protein? That's pretty good. And I like this also from the mindful eating standpoint. It comes in halves. So maybe you eat one half and maybe you're full, and maybe you save the other for later. It's an opportunity versus eating the whole thing. 14 grams of fiber. That's a lot. 14 grams of fiber. So this is really interesting. This is also pretty moderate in carbs, 33 grams of total carbohydrates. So we can minus that 14 grams from the 33, and that gives us the net amount of carbs. So that's not a real big carb hit to your blood sugar. So that's pretty darn impressive. It's got a good amount of protein, very moderate as far as carbohydrates, excellent source of fiber. And then the total fat, 46, that's where you're getting most of your calories. That's a little on the high side, but we could potentially choose a lighter like sauce, if it already has the avocado lime, maybe we could ask for something lighter, like Italian. That would take the calories down a lot. So great option there. And you can choose the other wraps too. I think they're all pretty similar. The Cool Wrap, spicy one, Southwest Veggie, they all look pretty similar. Ah, and a gluten-free bun. I love that. All right, next let's look at the family style meals. I'm gonna gravitate towards the grilled chicken, just gonna be a little leaner. And this, I think this is just so cool because you can customize it so well. Very simple. So it automatically gives you 4 fries. This is assuming that you're feeding a family of 4, so you can change these. Okay, so I cleared my sides. I do love fries, and I think if we are a family 4, sharing one fry is very reasonable. People are probably gonna get at me in the comments, but whatever. Let's add some variety though. I don't feel like a fruit cup is going to fill me up too much, 700 or 70 calories. Not that much. Don't really want another carb source. I do want some greens, so I'm going to add the kale crunch salad. And then I'm going to add a side salad for variety as well. And then I think I would go with a soup. Maybe the chicken noodles for variety. Is this lower calories? Yes, absolutely. But also, the treats right now has cookies. I tried to change this to something else and you can't. The foodie in me wants to change this so we get a variety. So 2 brownies. They're actually about the same calories. Interesting. So 2 brownies, 2 cookies, update. So that updates our calories. Let's do some math. So this doesn't seem like fill us up very much. But if we do 3,220 calories divided by 4, still gives us 800 calories each. So I think that would be okay. Let me know if that would not be okay in the comments, but I feel like that's a good option. My first line of thought with this was to do, if I have a family of 4, do 2, maybe 1 cookie, 1 brownie. But mostly I just want us to like portion it up to smaller amounts. Maybe we share a little bit of each of those things again. So we're just getting a good tasting, but not necessarily a big dose of things. But again, pretty moderate in calories overall. Here are your sauces. Go wild on these. Have some fun. Try different flavors, especially since the bulk of this meal is probably going to be chicken nuggets. Let's make them taste different, taste interesting. So let's have a moment for the sides. I already kind of highlighted these, but again, has nutrition info. Very helpful. You can add a little bit of greens if your meal or your order is not looking very nutrient dense. Love it. Even little fruits, applesauce for the kiddos. Love that. Okay, let's look at the treats. Like I've said in my other videos, most people don't really want to look at the nutrition information of these things. I don't usually either, so I don't always know like these facts, nutrition facts off the top of my head because I feel like if someone's ordering a peppermint chip frosted coffee, they just want it. They don't care how much sugar's in it. But again, education is very powerful, so let's just compare. And this is honestly where a lot of people will add a lot of calories to the day, even if they haven't eaten anything all day and they have one big meal from Chick-fil-A that could easily be 2,000 calories if we're not ordering with intention. So I think most of these are around 600 calories. If you want a more calorie friendly option, you can go with the frosted coffee because that's only 260. Coffee is not going to have any calories with it. So it's just whatever they blend it with, which you can look. So it's the Ice Dream. So basically milk and sugar and coffee extract. That's about it. So that's why it's on the low calorie side of things. You have a cookie. That must be a decent sized cookie. And then all the milkshakes. So I would gravitate towards these Ice Dream cones or the Ice Dream cup. That's going to be way more friendly. Oh, and you can add these little add-ons that are pretty low calorie as well. So I would go this route if we're looking for a sweet treat. And again, try to share the fun stuff so we get a very moderate portion of things. Oh, I did look up the cookies and cream milkshake, which I looked it up on my app, but you can also do it right here. I did not realize that they had the nutrition information. So 630 calories, 91 gram of carbohydrates, and 13 grams of protein. That's okay. But that's a lot of carbs. That is a lot of carbohydrates. That's probably the majority of somebody's a standard American that's not very active. 91 grams of carbs. The general recommendation is 130 for a day. So that's kind of a lot, and it's a lot in one sitting. And I'm assuming you probably had like a sandwich or a burger with this as well. So just turns into a lot, but I would share this or, have a small portion. Certainly have some vegetables before having that. Something with a lot of fiber would be really good. So we fill ourselves up and we just taste this and enjoy it until we are full and then stop when we're almost full. All right, hopefully that was helpful. I really learned a lot from looking through this menu. So if you have another place you want me to review their menu, please drop it in the comments. I will also, in the description below, I will also list out my favorite options and why I chose those options. So again, we are always learning something about nutrition. It's not good or bad foods. It's about finding what is most helpful for your particular health goals. You get to choose how you want to feel. You can definitely impact how you want to feel, and I'm here to help connect the dots with that. So, drop a new place that I should review in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow on all social media channels, and I will see you in the next one.